Feature Friday.
The freshest.
We saw this on the stream for the first few minutes, and everyone was like, oh my god, the video is just about to start. Please do a full review of this. We'd love to hear the breakdown. So, and obviously our thoughts on it. Very interesting, because the first 5 minutes is basically just like an experience.
It's beautiful.
A spiritual experience. And it's Kaushiki, Chakraborty, and the Sandeep Narayan, who we're not that familiar with. I think this was probably one of the first times we have heard him.
Yes.
Kaushiki we are fairly familiar with. As a matter of fact, I think we saw a video of her when she was a child.
Her dad was training her.
Exactly.
Yes, it was a fascinating video.
Let's give this a watch. In case you're interested on the description, it is Hindustani and Carnatic styles.
Very cool. So
So
it's a
north and
mixture,
south.
Yeah.
And flutist, harmonium, tabla player, ridangam. So even some new sounds that we haven't heard. Let's give it a watch.
It's a pretty big display of instruments and sounds and...
Full on classical. It's been a while since we did a full review of classical.
It's true.
Let this elevate your spirit, son.
I've actually heard this intro a couple of times now since the stream.
Because they also have some contemporary elements, like an electric guitar right in the back.
Well, you're hearing an acoustic guitar. That's not very classical. Drop the money. That's beautiful.
Say breathe, bro.
Can we have a moment for his absolute mastery of the volume control? Look at that, how he pulls back. And you see nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening in the throat, in the larynx. It's all inner work. And there's a lot of coming down through the nose. Yeah, fabulous. Ah, that's magical.
It's such a daunting style, because if you're wrong in your note accuracy, the harmonium it will
Has to
show
catch
you.
up, yeah, no. Or it has to catch up, it has to follow the singer, right?
Yeah. We explained it on the stream, but when we first watched classical for the first time live here in London, it was similar to this experience where you just felt like you were being elevated, mate. It was so bizarre.
Well, I think I explained it before, but music is vibrations, right? So, and we react to that as part of who we are as human beings. So when the frequency elevates, you're also being changed by the sound, the frequency of the sound itself. And I feel like that's exactly what happens when you listen to classical Indian music.
Well, something for sure definitely happens. It's very raw in the moment.
Yeah. You can see his brain ticking. He's like, that was not in tempo.
bells.
I really like the organic element of it, though.
And another percussionist can hear the other percussionists. Because I don't think they have in ears.
Right.
He has in ears. Jesus, what a voice.
She's so sweet, incredibly melodic. Very rounded, very warm in her sound. Even when there's a lot of twanginess coming through, it's like she's another flute.
Yeah.
And look at the posture of the girls in the background. It's impeccable. They haven't moved.
No.
என்னை பார்த்த பின்பும் உறவு விளங்கவில்லையே தேடி தேடி என்னை பார்த்த பின்பும் உறவு விளங்கவில்லையே நாடி நாடி அந்த நாட்டம் கொண்ட என் கண்கள் உறங்கவில்லையே.
It is a nice addition to the song.
It's only 2 chords,
என்னை ஆட்சிக்கொள்.
but he brings such a
Melody.
sense of melody, continuity. Yeah.
Now we're beginning sad.
Now we're talking. Oh, that's phenomenal. Also, they're very giving as performers. They're very giving in their mannerisms and the way that they express.
I think it's very cultural too. Very culturally intertwined in that sense. Especially because it's a worship song, essentially.
Yes. Such a devotional element to it. Aha!
Shit bangs, bro. What the fuck?
I also love that it's wow.
I thought it was a small ass venue.
So did I. I mean, I should have guessed by the reactions of the crowd, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure about Sandeep, but I presume he's also ginormous. My favorite male vocal runs.
They're so great.
Dude, it's such a feeling of elation, like
It is.
weird, man.
It is.
It's incredible. Musically, it's outstanding.
The feeling of euphoria. It's so euphoric. Oh, cool place to take a breath.
So classicals. Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah, so classical is interesting for those reasons because you can embellish things and you can put adornments in the right sort of moments, but you're only really allowed to do so under a specific structure, which is like in terms of like I guess philosophies or ideologies of music. I actually like that a lot, where it's like you may only create specific adornments once you've learned the fixed setting, once you've learned the foundation,
the set pathway,
exactly,
yes.
and then after that you may, it's not deviation, it's more like embellishments, it's more like adornments, like flavor per se in moments like this. But I wish more people were taught like that, because most people, especially, I guess in classical music here in the West is also like that, but I guess in contemporary music it isn't very much like that. In contemporary music it's like sort of what sounds the coolest is the thing that people go to first.
We have moved away from that, but initially, from especially in the early 90s, when I started learning how to sing properly, and like the early 2000s, not the early 90s, the early 2000s, late 90s, the foundation of singing, at least how it was taught for me, was that you learn how to do classical first. You learn how to structurize and base, no, but like Western classical, so operatic classical singing. You learn that foundation first. You learn those techniques first, and then you venture yourself into doing contemporary music.
Whether you're gonna be an operatic singer or not,
correct,
it didn't even doesn't make a difference.
However, that technique, that way of learning, proved a little inadequate for a lot of contemporary singers, because it encapsulated them into capping them, putting a roof over the experimentation process of contemporary music as it evolved in the West. But I think it's incredibly important still, even including the new generation, the new wave of teaching in the West of singing specifically, that to combine both, not to forget the old ways, but to adhere them and redefine them, but within the structure of the technique.
And it works.
Because this is the best example of what a classical technique can actually provide for a singer, whatever that genre might be later.
And you can become immensely commercial. You can transition into contemporary stuff,
for sure,
and do very well. India's one of the few examples in the world where you can be like, well, look, that singer had an immense amount of classical background, and look how well they're doing in the charts.
I also think that in India, even contemporary music is incredibly intertwined with classical, so that is such an advantage.
A lot of it fucking isn't.
Yeah,
but a lot of it is.
There's still a big chunk of it.
100%.
Something that doesn't happen in the West.
Because it's so cinematic, though. Because
Yes,
the feeling we're talking about really plays a role in cinema.
Vibrations, I'm talking about that.
But if you look at music, yeah, very wooey.
Yeah, but isn't it?
But outside of the cinema, outside of Indian films, the songs that are just in the charts, they have fuck all to do with classical.
And the general consensus is that they are empty. There are songs that they come and go, disposable.
It's hard to tell because they sell so well. That's what people say in our channel.
Right.
But I don't know if that's because you guys are also watching videos like this and stuff like that.
Right.
Not just because that's the general consensus of everyone, because I don't presume that will be the general consensus of everyone, because EDM is ginormous in India.
That's a very
because
good point.
You know, those songs that I don't consider quite good are very famous in India. Billions of views,
and the
billions of
conversation
streams.
is open. Go ahead and put it down your conversation.
But it's just like different level, like, you know, and also different environments, different objectives, different markets, you know. Fucking hell.
How, lady? Come on.
Jesus.
How did she do that? He couldn't even follow that up. That's incredible.
Yeah, nah, she's flexing now.
Look, listen. Look at her larynx. They're not moving. Bro. The lift. He was like, "You're
I'm cooking,
roaring
I'm
for
cooking."
me."
Wow,
Oh my
dude.
god!
That's so unique
That
to
is
Indian classical. It's
ridiculous.
bizarre.
How is he doing that? Oh wow! What a great.
Because Kaushiki is Hindustani based, right? And it's so weird because he goes. It wouldn't make sense through a Western lens.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. To me, this is a scientific mystery.
Modulate through your head is great.
What? That octave jump was such a flex. What is she on? I just don't know how they do it. My God! Wow! Wow! Oh my God! Wow!
Jesus
I feel there's
Christ, Brad.
that was such an experience. What an experience! The absolute beauty of the organic nature of this environment. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I actually think there's a lot of this that is lost, and that I as a I don't know, as an avid music listener, seek in a lot of live performances and a lot of concerts. You go into these live music shows with the idea that you'll get to see the maximum expression of human emotion. And I think in this particular environment, because this is devotional, because these are prayer-like sung worship, the openness for the organic nature of the interaction, it's very much there. Something that it's not the focus for a lot of these live music shows nowadays, and I kind of miss that, because there was a point in music where that was the main driving force of a live show, right? To see your favorite musicians interact with one another on stage and
Yeah,
see how
regardless of
they
where
all-
they were from or what part they may have been from or what styles they were sort of trained in or whatever. That wasn't there.
Yeah, it's such a great thing to see, even in today's society, like in right now where everything is so fabricated and so made up and perfect.
People were saying that some people that were here, they were saying how it was meant to be outside, and then it started
Right,
raining, and then they
right.
moved it indoors sort of fast, and they sort of arranged it indoors and stuff like that, and it was one of the best experiences that they ever did.
Yeah, they couldn't have made it better.
Yeah, well, anyway, so that's what you guys thoughts about it. Look, people, this night I was drenched, soaked, shivering, exhausted, and it's like, yeah, it's like it was so.
Impactful.
Yeah, for so
Yes.
many people, mate. Like, unreal. Anyway, so that's what you guys thought about it. And aside from that, goodbye.
Goodbye.